Hi, I'm Clancy and I'm going to be your museum guide on this very special trip through some of my artworks. Find me on every page as I guide you on some of the ways you can look at my pictures. Anyone Bring Cups? By Clancy. 8 by 10 inches, gouache, collage and ink on board. I use my imagination. That means I playfully pretend and think of things in new ways. You have an imagination too. You can use it when you look at my paintings. In this painting, the rabbits are smaller than the lemon or the tea bag. In real life, rabbits are much larger, but together you and I are pretending that they're small. By painting the rabbits small, I'm thinking of lemon tea in a new way. How very important a drink is when you're thirsty. I write titles for my paintings that give you a clue about what I'm thinking about. Attention to the Feelings by Clancy. 12 by 9 inches, acrylic and collage on cradled board. What is the first thing you see? Is it the carrot growing out of the book? Is it that the rabbit isn't paying attention to where the teapot is being poured? Or is it that the words are coming out of the teapot, not liquid? Do the colours and the rabbit's pants remind you of evening and pyjamas? Do carrots grow out of books? Do words pour from teapots? No, they don't. That's part of what makes my painting dreamlike or surreal. Domestic Comforts by Clancy. 8 by 18 inches, acrylic and collage on board. Look at these crows wear shoes and hold objects found in many kitchens. Things like a vegetable peeler, measuring spoons, and spices in a shaker. I'm using my imagination and combining things that exist in the world in a new way. This is called household surrealism, a dreamlike playfulness with things found around the house. You use your imagination this way when you pretend a tea towel is a cape, a colander is a crown, and a long wooden spoon is a magic wand. Books by Snail by Clancy. 8 by 10 inches, gouache, acrylic, collage, and ink on board. I like getting books and other things delivered to my house. Do you like that too? In this mixed media painting, the mouse acts like I feel when I get a delivery. Can you see the mouse's face and arm? Does the mouse look happy, smiling and waving? Mixed media is what a painting is called when an artist uses more than one kind of art material. Do you see the snail's shell and how bumpy it is? Do you see the trail behind the snail and how smooth it is? I use different materials so you can see things like that. Enjoyment by Clancy. 10 by 10 inches, acrylic, graphite, collage on cradled board. Do you like writing and drawing? I do. I often write and draw in a sketchbook. I imagine that's what the crow is doing with the big red pen. Pens like this are dipped into an ink bottle and then used to write or draw. This painting uses mixed media too. There's graphite, a kind of pencil, acrylic paint and collage. Collage means that I found something in the world and glued it on my painting. Do you see the words in the bottle and dripping from the pen? That's the collage, some printed text I found in a falling apart old book. Of Civility by Clancy. 10 by 8 inches, gouache, collage and ink on board. Can you find the collage words on this painting? Have you ever heard a bird make noises that almost sounded like words? Have you ever seen somebody wearing a large floppy hat? Was the hat wearer a rabbit? Probably not, but it was fun to imagine. What other kinds of hats can you imagine a rabbit wearing? Favourite Walk by Clancy. 18 by 8 inches, acrylic and collage on board. I have places outdoors where I like to walk. Do you? Sometimes I bring a book on my walk so I can sit and read. Some birds have long skinny legs and walk on the ground. What kind of shoes do you wear to walk? What kind of shoes can you imagine a bird wearing? Can you imagine a bird wearing a kind of shoes that you would not wear on a walk? That's what I imagined in this painting. Do you wonder if I used collage in this painting? You can look below this painting's title and find out. Is Not This Nice? By Clancy. 8 by 18 inches, acrylic and collage on board. Have you seen the ocean? The Pacific Ocean isn't far from where I live, and it's nice to be able to visit. Have you ever seen a flamingo, either a live one or a plastic one? Sometimes the people where I live put plastic pink flamingos in the yard to celebrate a birthday as a nice surprise. When I was creating this painting, I combined these happy thoughts. Have you ever had a nice surprise? Have you ever given someone a nice surprise? Isn't it fun? Of Sense by Clancy, 10 by 8 inches, gouache, collage and ink on board. Can you find the bird wearing shoes? Do you see the round orange and yellow shapes of the flowers? Can you find those same colours somewhere else on this painting? I repeat or echo colours in a painting because it's like real life. In the room where you are right now, can you find the same colour in different places? The Entertainment of Dining by Clancy, 10 by 8 inches, gouache, collage and ink on board. Do you like to eat food someone made? I do. It's such fun to wait at a table and then, surprise, here's something yummy to eat. This painting is made with mixed media too, and one of the kinds of paint I used is called gouache. The word gouache sounds like gouache. It can have a watery, floating look. Do you see the blue-green area around the rabbit and the red hat? That's gouache. I did that colour in that way because it's like steam and good smells rising from food. The Fall Collection by Clancy, 8 by 10 inches, gouache, collage and ink on board. Have you ever collected tree leaves? Did you show your collection to anyone? Artists show collection of fine art paintings in galleries. I imagined a collection of large leaf paintings being shown by a tiny rabbit. Can you imagine what the rabbit might tell you about the paintings? I made the floor in this painting by cutting up some pages from a falling apart book. Do you remember what that art media is called? That's right, collage. The Comfort Was Indeed Beyond by Clancy, 8 by 10 inches, gouache, collage and ink on board. Reading a book is comforting to me and is a fun way to relax. Sometimes I take a book outside to read. For this fine art, I painted a tiny rabbit enjoying a book like I do. Can you find the rabbit? Is the book that the rabbit holds a certain colour, like the sky or like the ground? Can you find any other animals feeling comfortable? Hint, they're red like the flowers. The Minutest Concerns by Clancy, 10 by 10 inches, acrylic graphite collage on cradle board. Do you clean your room? I clean mine. Mice live outside sometimes in gardens, so I imagine this mouse is cleaning the purple flowers where they live. Earlier in this book, there was a photo of me at work on this painting. The mouse in the photo is more flat grey because I hadn't finished the painting yet. Can you see that I added more pink, grey and white to the mouse's fur? Does the mouse look more round with thicker fur now? Well, Well by Clancy, 18 by 8 inches, acrylic and collage on board. Have you ever picked a flower and given it to someone? That's what this mouse is doing. And look, there's a little wrapped gift on the ground beside the mouse. Shall we pretend it's someone's birthday? What colour is the flower? What colour are the mouse's shoes? What colour do both the sky and the gift share? Yes, I repeat and echo the colours. Wordlay by Clancy, 8 by 10 inches, gouache, collage and ink on board. Hens lay eggs, but hens don't usually read books, do they? But in this painting, I imagined that this hen reads books and lays eggs with words on the eggshells. Can you find the eggs? There's an old saying, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? And I'm playing with that thought. Which do you think comes first, the books or the words? Where the Coffee Goes by Clancy, 8 by 10 inches, gouache, collage and ink on board. Have you had a drink that seemed to disappear quickly? That happens often with my coffee. Even though I know I really drink it all myself while I'm busy reading, sometimes I joke or pretend out loud that tiny rabbits must have drained my coffee cup. Can you see the rabbit running the faucet on the side of the coffee cup, labelled Coffee for Readers? 3 rabbits line up carrying things that will let them get a coffee. Do you see what those things are? What Can Be the Meaning of This by Clancy, 8 by 10 inches, gouache, collage and ink on board. Have you ever had trouble reaching something? In this painting, do one of the rabbits seem to have trouble reaching something? What is the rabbit reaching for? What are the other rabbits bringing that may help? I imagine that tiny rabbits might use a stack of buttons to stand on. Are the real buttons on your shirt as big as a rabbit? No. This is my dreamlike household surrealism again. And isn't it fun to imagine and pretend? Yes, Yes by Clancy. 18 by 8 inches, acrylic and collage on board. Here's another mouse with a flower and a gift. How is this painting like the other painting with a mouse, a flower and a wrapped gift? How is it different? Do you see that the sky and the gift ribbon colour are the same? Can you see that the flower and the shoe colours match? Is the gift in this painting wrapped in the same or differently from the gift in the other painting? How are the shoes and the flowers in each painting like each other? How are they different? All the paintings have collage words on them. Did you find them all? My painting titles give you a clue what to look for. On the last page, you will see another photograph of me working on a painting. Do you remember seeing this art earlier in the book? In this photo, I am painting the dots on the crow's shoes. Can you find this crow and the dots on the shoes? Thank you for looking at my fine art. I hope you had fun.